to you then? Friend, I hope. Don't fret. We won't start anything unless you do. And you wouldn't like that, believe you me. So watch your P's and Q's. Anyone's welcome, unless you're wearing a well. Course they did. It's every bugger for themselves out there. Folks outside like a scrap. Out there, you're free to gut whoever gives you trouble. But in here, you're safe as houses. Mainly. No violence is Mrs. Hamer's rule. That's Jean Hamer, our chief. If you've any business here, take it up with her. Now run along. You can mither her, but I'm done with you.
Well, well, here's a novelty. A stranger. Look what's washed up here. You'll understand we don't get many visitors, what with the mere and the lack of boats and the island being chock-a-block with peculiar druid fellas. So what brings you here, eh? And don't tell me you're on holiday. Jenny said that. Hmm, she's a good one, and I've trusted her judgment before now and not regretted it. Well, I know how all this might look, but you've stumbled on the only spot on this island where the people won't kill you as soon as look at you. My name's Jean Hamer, and I lead this pack of miscreants. I know what reputation folks like us have on the mainland, but I run a tighter ship in my bunker. The violence stays outside, you see? And fair warning, out there, my crew tends to be on the violent side. It's not personal. Can't blame him when half the isle wants to join us with the soil and the other half have claws for hands. But we're not bad people. Walls go up, zone goes the way it did, we get turfed out to fend for ourselves and they call us the criminals. Maybe we have a right to make a bit of a fuss, eh? That pig Sims and his soldiers mainly, goose stepping around like a bunch of Nazis. Well, not so much like one. They are an army of occupation. Once he got those great thumping metal men, we couldn't fight those, so we came out here. Robots and deep water don't mix. This old fort is comfortable enough, at least. Some of them scientists were posted out here, we reckon, but they died off soon after the disaster. We're better off here, far as possible from those druid people, horrible lot, obsessed with the ruins and the monks they say used to live in that abbey. There's something not right about them, something not natural, and me and mine won't have anything to do with them. Look, Jenny's a good soul, but she's only human and can judge folk wrong just like any of us. So I'll be frank with you, and I'm not about to treat you as our saviour or something. We can trade if you're looking for hope. Might have something of value to you. Otherwise, I'll see you around. Or I won't. We live day to day in the zone, eh? We've been out on this daft rock for 4 years now. Seemed like a good idea. These days it oft-times feels like a mistake, but we see the state of the mainland and it doesn't seem so bad then. Used to scrape around for a living over there. The protocol called us outlaws and came after us. Stuck it for a while until they got those machines of theirs. Didn't like those odds, so we came out here. Since then, it's been a case of quick raids on the mainland when we need things, but otherwise look for a quiet life. That's sometimes difficult when the neighbours are a bunch of odd sorts in masks. That thing. One of my lads stole that just to put the wind up the maskers. I've taken a bit of a shine to old Boney. The box he's in will be worth a few quid too if we ever get out of the zone. Anyway, it's not wise to fiddle about with the old monk stuff. I think there was somewhat off about him. Somewhat weird that the druid maskers have caught. Have it locked up with the rest of the monk stuff we found precisely to keep it safe, and to keep my lot safe from it. I've plans, I won't deny it. But the worst note while that interchange place stays locked up. A few of my lot used to work there. Ex-boffins, scientists, you know, escaped by the skin of their teeth before it all went to heck. Safe to say, they're not best pleased about their lord and master sealing the facility tight as a drum and leaving folk to die in there. That Oberon thing, whatever they were working on, that's what led to all this. But if we can't get into the interchange, we're buggered before we start. and I don't see how some wet behind the ears stranger like you can help. Aye, of course you have. And you had tea with the King of Siam in there. You're very keen to get on our good side, aren't you? Right, well, that's easy enough. You'll just have to prove you can do the impossible. I care about my people. Folk cut adrift in the zone. It's because I care that I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. You understand? Show me you're not afraid either. There's some in the zone as would do us all a favour if they stopped breathing. Reckon you can help them with that? A little bird tells me there's one of them scientists who caused all this is still around and about, still meddling. Chap called Dr. Holder. Find him and kill him. Your best bet is to get into the medical laboratory in the interchange to do that. Which is, of course, impossible, unless you're the magician you claim to be. Manage all that, and I'll know you're sound. Maybe I'll even let you in on an escape plan. There's your deal. Oh, but just so we're clear, one hint that you've crossed us, I'll kill you myself. You don't get it. I lead them when they need a leader, but I'm not their mother. You might have my ear, for now, that is, but I can't speak for them. They do what they like outside this bunker. I won't take them to task for a bit of a scrap. And I'm sure you can handle yourself in a scrap, eh?
Brother Latford, you came here secretly. None saw you.
As you willed it, John. What would you have me do?
I need your assurance on one matter, brother. Has even a drop of the island's mead passed your lips?
I swore never to touch any liquor again when I joined the Order.
And you have kept that vow?
Faithfully, as God is my witness. Is that important?
Since the star fell, we are being tested, I am sure. Those who have not taken a vow of temperance speak of a voice tempting them.
Drink is often the devil's argument.
Perhaps, but that is a matter for another time. Take this key, brother. Here is a letter that directs you where to bury it. It is a matter of utmost secrecy. Go most privily.
Yes, Father Albert.
Damn it!
This one's got a bad. Right. Hang on! Reloading! I'm shooting. Take the fight.
Turn the table. This isn't over.
Quite the turn for Bill, wasn't it? Trading places with an old spirit, a monastic phantom. I suppose we shouldn't call him Bill anymore. He's part of the greater whole. Oh, the things we do for life.
Hello. Good to see you again. Oh, dear God. How did you get in there? Listen, you have to believe me. It isn't what it sounds like. He went mad. trying to attack me. It was self-defense. I know this will sound unbelievable, but I promise it's the truth. When the disaster happened, I assumed my contact was dead. After all, he was trapped inside the interchange, wasn't he? At least I thought he was. But I saw him again. Once. Or some version of him anyway, out in Casterfell Woods, before I came to the island. He turned into one of those blue monsters, utterly mindless. I couldn't believe it was him, but, well, my contact or not, that thing died that day. Died for good. The soldiers killed him. I was lucky. Well, sort of lucky. I was rescued by the protocol, although they promptly arrested me. There's something poetic about that, I suppose. I had to leave the mainland, leave those woods. So I came here. Now, the cove, where you found that recording. That was our emergency meeting place, in case his cover was blown. I'd picked the spot and gave him a copy of the key. It was never used, of course. The disaster happened, and, well, like I said, I thought him dead. When I came to the Isle with Jean, I decided to camp out there. I thought it would be safe. One day, while I was recording my latest findings, that outlaw arrived. He was clearly sick. His eyes were blue. He was not himself, just like that thing I'd seen that day in Casterfell. At first, I thought he was some madman come to kill me. But then he started talking. He said things I'd never told anyone. Well, no one living. And then he started talking about the voice. And I realized he was infected by it too. He started coming towards me. I didn't have any choice. I was trapped in there. I didn't want to believe it. Couldn't believe it. And then he was coming at me and I defended myself. But the thought that it might have been him speaking to me, I had to know what happened to him. That's why I asked you to follow his trail. You heard that recording. I had no choice, and I'll just have to live with that. There's some relief in this story being told, at least. All I want is to move on. But the guilt has been eating me up. I've not looked Jean in the eye since it happened. Then I'm alone out here. But please, no more discussion about this. Some things are better forgotten.